Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Monkey in the Morning. I am your host, the Ranting Monkey, and I hope you're having a good day. I really do. God, I could use one. Couple of things. One, I'm still on Hangouts. I don't know when. I'm not sure when Google's going to shut that down. So it's like, well, it's here, so I'm gonna use it. The boys are still over doing comic book curation. So if you want fun entertainment, you might want to go watch that for a while because this first part is not going to be fun. Definitely not for me, and I'm probably not for you. So I just got to get some shit out of my brain, y'all. I had a very bad day yesterday. Um, what I would describe as a defeating day, a day that man, world changing kind of thing. So I went to my doctor, and I've been having a problem for the last 2 months or so that my medicine has been working less and less. And I was like, okay, I go see her. I go see what can be done about this. So I go in, and before I go on, please listen all the way to the end, okay? Because this is gonna get a little sad for a little bit, but please listen all the way to the end. Um, Nurse comes in. She asks me, how I've been. I update her on everything that's been going on. She's like, "Wow, it sounds like the placebo effect is going on with your medicine. That's where your medicine it stops working like it used to. It's something can happen. You can build up a tolerance." And she goes, "Okay, I'm gonna go get the doctor. Tell her what's going on. She'll be in a few minutes." I'm like, all right. I told Lady Monkey on the way down, it's like it just feels like this is a waste of time, just a waste of time. And she's like, "No, no, don't be negative. I'm not being. I wasn't being negative. That wasn't the point. It was it's just I've been through this enough, and I've talked with the doctor enough, and it's like she already had me on the massive amounts that she could put me on of these medicines. So the doctor comes in. She goes, "Yeah, sounds like it's not working, right? Um, there's nothing else I can do." And I gotta tell y'all, I gotta tell you, the doctor telling me there was nothing she could do for me. Man, that hit me like a ton of bricks. And she says to me, we're gonna have you go back to the pain clinic. Now, the last time I went to the pain clinic, the, the doctor there, he actually said to me, he said these words: "There's no reason for you to come back here. There's nothing I can do for you." Uh-huh. So your answer to my doctor today is like your answer to you not being able to do anything for me is to send me to somebody who's already said they can't do anything for me. And her and Lady Monkey started talking a little bit, and I'm just zoning out, man. I'm zoning out. Like, Jesus fuck, this is my life. This is it, guys. It's gonna, if the pattern holds, slowly this medicine is going to be completely worthless to me. It still helps a little bit. I mean, I can tell when I don't take it, but half the time it feels, even when I am taking it's like I'm not. Guys, please don't get sad, guys. Just listen, it's all right. It's all right. It's okay. It's gonna be okay. Listen, pay attention. Um, I'm just zoning out. And I realized the doctor's talking to me again. And she's asking me, what did she say? "Didn't you tell me one time that when you started this medicine, one of the medicines that kind of helped with the muscle spasms?" And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?" And I didn't mean to be mean to her because I'm very grateful for everything she did. She's not a bad doctor. She did as much as she could. But she's sitting there, she's trying to justify, she's trying to make herself feel better is what she was doing. She's trying to give me hope that doesn't exist. Because no doctor wants to tell you there's no hope. You ever tried to tell somebody there's no hope? So that's what it's like. Look, stop, just stop. It is what it is. And so I get up and leave, and Lady Monkey, oh God, I wish she hadn't have been there. I really do. I really do. Because she loves me, y'all. And she doesn't want me to be like this. So she's she's holding out hope, and she's taking in this crap this fucking doctor is saying. Like, honey, it's okay. So I make my way out to the van, and I'm just waiting for Lady Monkey to come out because she stayed in and listened to the doctor for a few minutes. And I'm just walking really slowly, really painfully back to the I must have looked like shit because two different people stopped me and asked me if I was okay. Um, one actually asked me if they could help me, and the other one was, "Are you okay?" I'm fine. I'm okay. And I'm walking out there, guys, and whew, whew, the thoughts going through my head. I'm looking at the parking garage. I'm like, if I went all the way up to the top and jumped, this would end. It would stop. The pain would go away. And I laughed. I laughed. I'm like, that's funny. Somebody who's desperately afraid of heights going out that way. It made me laugh. Like, yeah, I can't do that. And not that I couldn't jump. It's just that I'm not ready to go out. I like life. Um, there's a freeness that comes with giving up hope. Now, listen to me. I hope I do hope one day down the line they come up with a better medicine, or they come up with a treatment for this shit, something to make it go away permanently. But right now that doesn't exist. Right now that doesn't fucking exist. This example I'm going to give is not real good because of what happens. If you guys ever watch Sons of Anarchy, the end of Sons of Anarchy, the very end. I'm not going to spoil. I'm going to do my best not to spoil it for those of you who haven't seen it. The end of the last season, the last show. Everybody is sad except Jax. Jax has accepted his inevitability. There's a freeness to inevitability. Where it's like this is it. This is fate. This is what's happening. There's no getting around it. There's no reason to run from it. There's no reason to hide from it. And if you watch Jax in this last episode, all the way up to the very end of the episode, he's smiling. Everybody else is all saying, he's like, no, man, it's okay. It's okay. And at the very end, he's got his eyes closed, reaching for the heavens. Like, this is it. Smile on his face. There's a freeness that comes with that. There's a freeness with coming to terms with inevitability. And that's where I am right now. This is life. And I don't want false hope. I don't want a doctor trying to make me feel better when we both know there's nothing to do. There's nothing left to do. And yeah, so I've spent the day in those first couple of hours were rough. They were fucking rough, man. And then I went to sleep because I hadn't slept. I probably should be asleep right now. I've had very little sleep today too. I went to sleep maybe 2:30, and had to be up for the show at 8. And I woke up twice in between there. And it just ever since it's in my mind, And that's one of the reasons I'm talking about this right now. Get it out of the way at the beginning of the fucking show, and we'll get into something more fun in a little bit. But I had to get it out of my brain. I'm okay with it. Don't get me wrong. Fuck, this is gonna suck. There's gonna be days where there's already been days where it's just I can't do this, and I had to fill out that stupid little form again. In the last 3 months, have you had suicidal thoughts? Like, yeah, I have. Do I entertain them with any real what's the word I'm looking for here? Do I take them really seriously? No. Because that's not an answer. That's a cop out. I get why people do it when they're in severe pain. Believe me, I do. I want to see my grandchildren get married and have their own children. I want to ride it till the wheels fall off, man. And don't get me wrong, those wheels are wobbly as fuck, y'all. Oh, they're being held on by one goddamn lug nut, but they're on there right now, and I'm gonna ride this fucker till they fall off. But it was a bad day, very bad day, because I had to. Yeah, I'm not sure I've even quite come to grips with it. My brain is understanding it. It's getting there. It's getting there. But yeah, that was some heavy fucking shit to run into. And the worst part is I knew it was coming. And the last time I saw my doctor, she's like, basically as much as I can do for you. I didn't know if there was some pain medication she could actually give, but she said, no. James Colley, thank you so much. Who says, awesome reference, Buffy musical. Well, the Buffy musical actually steals that from several other things, but yeah, I do love Once More Feeling. I have the soundtrack to that fucking episode. Monkey's wheels went square. Yeah, they did, man. Oh, it was a rough fucking day, but you know what? Tomorrow will be better. Tomorrow will be better. The truth of the matter is, everybody has shit in their lives, and the whole point of life is to enjoy it as much as you can, and that's what I'm going to do. But yeah, I'm gonna need a few days to process this fully, man. Because fuck, Jesus, fuck. It was almost as bad. I've told this story before. When she first explained to me what was going on with my neck, they'd given me two possibilities. What actually it is, they didn't even think that was a possibility, or didn't mention it as one. One of them was a tumor on my spine. Whew. And the other one, I think, what was it? MS. One of those things. One of the ones that starts with M, I can't remember. But both of them basically had a time limit. They had a time limit. It's sad to think about, but eventually, it's going to take over and going to win. And she calls me. I go in there and she sits down with me. She goes, "I got good news." She goes, "It's neither of those things." And I started crying. Rex, thank you so much. Says greetings from Las Vegas. Greetings back. You're in Las Vegas. You probably shouldn't be listening to this story right now. Um, but she told me it's not those two things, and I started crying. The average lifespan is what, 78, something like that. And that's all my mind went to. Is like, God damn. I think at the time I was 42. Like, I'm 42 and I'm midlife. That means for the rest of however long my life is, which could go into my 80s. This is it. This is what I'm going to be doing. And I fucking cried like a baby, man. And then I calmed down because you just have to. I need a moment to, let it sink in. And it's like, all right, fuck it. Got a deal. And fuck, that's where I'm at now. God damn, that's where I'm at now. But that's why I do things like this. I talk. I share. For me, talking. I gotta get shit out of my head. That's how I deal with shit. It's not exactly therapy. It's just if it stays locked up in there, I cannot get my mind off of it. Even when we were doing the show tonight, man, I was like, fuck, couldn't get it out because I needed just to get the whole damn thing out. Excuse me. Thank you. Next 6 minutes. My last hangout super chat. Most epic bro hug, man. Well, thank you. I appreciate that so much. I'm okay, guys. I am. It just sucks for now. I'll be fine. I'll be fine. Is what it is. I mean, you can't change it. Getting mad about it doesn't help. Getting sad, being sad here, that's not gonna fucking help me. You know what helps? Laughing. Uh, laughter is my drug, guys. Laughter is my drug. It changed my life when I was told there was a difference between suicidal ideation and intention. And when someone is in a great deal of pain, it's perfectly natural to have ideation. I've had both, Kathy. Um, yeah, I tried it. I ain't gonna lie to you. I took a whole handful of my pills. I woke up with my chest beating, or my heart trying to beat its way out of my chest, and a calm came over me. It was weird. I didn't panic at all. I was like, "This is it. Finally, it's done." Um, God, that was a low point, man. That was a fucking low point. Don't worry, it was more than a year ago. It's never been a thought in my head again to actually try it. But yeah, I've had both. I'm not gonna constant pain. Mr. Owen says, "Wait, I haven't seen Lords of the Night. Can you recap the news?" We didn't really do much news on Lords of the Night. We were talking mostly about the what's it called, guys? Debate. We did the debate tonight, and what a shit show that was. It's getting fun though. All right, we're done with the sad stuff. It's getting fun. We're finally getting to the point where these fuckers realize we're not running against Trump yet. We're not running against Trump yet. Oh, my news. My doctor just told me there's nothing more she can do, and my medicines aren't working. So, yay. The debate was pointless, says Ramen. It really wasn't. It wasn't, because this is how we choose our candidates. And if you watch the very first debate, the one that was hosted on my channel back in June, the one that got shut down halfway through the fucking show, that one was so cordial and stupid. That one was pointless. It was mini campaign speeches the whole time, which is fine. I mean, that's one way to do this. But oh, sorry, I'm on top chat. So if you guys are saying things and I'm missing it, I apologize. I'm not trying to ignore anyone. Don't be sorry for me, guys. I wasn't telling you all that for sympathy. I was telling you because I had to get it out of my fucking head. Because I'm the kind of person, I can't leave it in my head. If it stays there, it's gonna eat away at my brain, and I can't do that. And I truthfully, real quick, we'll go back to this for a second. If I didn't have this show or to talk to, and I would normally talk to Lady Monkey about something about this, but oh God, I feel so bad. I feel so bad because she thinks I've just given up hope, and that it's all going to go to. It's not. There's that freeness. There's that freeness of it is what I needed, and that's great. That's great. Now I'll move on from there, and things will be okay. But she loves me, and she doesn't want me to be like this. She wants me to be. There's hope. Things will change. Things will get better. It's not. Hey, sometimes things aren't going to get better. It's all right. It's okay. So I'll talk to her tomorrow. But if I didn't have this, I would sit here. I've done this many times. I will sit in a room and just talk out loud. Talk out loud to get the fucking shit out of my brain, because if I don't get stuff out, it just sits there and lingers, and it's not always a good idea. Lady Monkey needs to process this too. She does, but she has it even harder because it's happening to someone she loves, and she can't fix it. And that sucks. I get that. We're talking about the debate. So if you watch that first debate, it was just so cordial, and it was pointless. You might as well have just watched, one of their stump speeches. And then in the second debate, that was the one that Satsu did over on through DLive, so we didn't get shut down again. Harris threw the first punch. We'd actually seen that first punch thrown a couple of days before. Cory Booker had called out, oh, what the fuck is his name? Biden had called out Biden because of his association, how he treated segregationists that he was working with in Congress. I mean, they'd been elected to Congress too. I don't know what Cory was expecting him to do, but like, fuck you guys, every time they walked up to him or anything. But he started that. And then on the debate stage, Cory wasn't on that debate stage with Biden. It was Harris and Biden. Harris took the point, or the choice, or the chance to take a huge punch at Biden, not just over that, but also over his stance against forced busing. And remember, those segregationists were Democrats. Shh, don't tell people that. Don't tell people that. But it worked out very well for Harris. Harris, boom, shot up in the polls the next day because she took that punch. Well, she threw that punch. Uh, debate number 3, the one that happened 2 nights ago now, technically, that was on Tuesday night. You saw a little bit of it because we had Bernie and Elizabeth Warren up there, and there were people who were trying to take shots at them, especially about how left wing they are. We talked about this yesterday, but they were trying to. It was really fucking stupid because their argument wasn't that they were against what Warren and Sanders are for. The specifically, they were talking about Medicaid during this part, but it's not that they were against that. It's that they don't think we should tell people because if you tell people, it'll make them not vote for us. So what they wanted to do is lie. That was their big thing, and they were going after Bernie and Warren as hard as they could. But Bernie and Warren have okay. I don't want to say they have no chance because those two probably have a slim chance, but they don't really have much of a chance. Tonight's stage, that was the one. Tonight's stage. Good morning, Nuts. How are you doing, sweetheart? Um, tonight's stage was the one where the front runners were. You had Harris and Biden again. Ooh. And this time Booker was up there and Gabbard was up there. Who else was up there? De Blasio. What's that small mouth motherfucker's name? Oh, Prospero. I will get to that in just a moment. But that small mouth motherfucker, he made quite a name for himself tonight too. So there was quite a bit going on. And let's see, Yang was up there, who may be the most boring politician I've seen in the last 10 years. And I know he's not a real politician. He's a Trump wannabe. Michael Bennett, yes, Prospero. That's the one I was thinking of. But we heard yesterday and today this really fucking stupid argument that they're making. Those are Republican talking points. Anytime somebody be like, I'm against what you're trying to do there. Or I think we should, scale it back. Did you say small mouth or round mouth? It's a small mouth. It is kind of round too, but it doesn't widen at all. Did you notice that? Usually people's mouths widen when they talk. Different words make your lips do different things, and his do not. They stay in the same basic little spot the whole time he talks. And it's like, oh my fucking God, dude, cover that shit up. Nobody wants to see that. Isnaha, I don't know what that other guy's name is. There's a guy up there whose last name starts with an I. He got a couple of words in, but nobody cares who he is. There was a whole bunch of people who are not going to be on the debate stage next time. But tonight, everybody went ham, man. They were throwing punches left and right. CNN has declared that Cory Booker was the winner. Almost everybody seems to agree that Kamala Harris got her ass whooped. And Tulsi was, whoo. Is Tulsi the only one who's good looking? I don't think Kirsten Gillibrand, she was up on the stage tonight too. I don't think Gillibrand's ugly. She's kind of cute I bet she was a peppy little cheerleader in high school kind of way. She looks like an aging soccer mom kind of thing. And I like soccer moms. Soccer moms are cute. But yeah, I'd say those two. They're both pretty decent looking. But Tulsi's beautiful. Absolutely she is. She's but this is we're gonna hear so much. Everybody's talking about how Tulsi looks. That is so sexist. Not from you guys, from the media. Because everybody they don't say that about men. Gillibrand demands to speak to the manager. Yep. And that's when you pull your dick out and she'll suck it for you and not tell anybody. I thought it was the best debate so far. Don't get me wrong. It's not a debate. These things are not debates by any stretch of the imagination. They're debates in the way that American politicians debate. And I don't think many people would actually consider that debating. Because it's sad, but it was fun because they're finally doing it, guys. They're finally going after each other. And Harris, man, she was She was taking blow after blow. Tulsi jumped on her for her crime record, which I've said this even after the last debate. I cannot believe nobody's jumped on her for her fucking prosecutorial record. This bitch, she is not liked back in California by black people because she put a whole lot of their friends and family in prison over pot. Now, I think it was Politico did a fact check of this, and they said Tulsi Gabbard is repeating right-wing talking points. Actually, said she pulled up a talking point from a right-wing website, and like, as the attorney general, she wouldn't have been actually prosecuting those people. No, but she would be setting the stage. I mean, she was the AG. She'd rather a guy languish on death row than admit she's wrong. Yeah, Prospero, that was the other thing. And you mentioned just Tulsi brought up the death row case where Harris had exculpatory information for a guy on death fucking row and had to be forced to hand it over. Forced to hand it over. She was going to let a guy die rather than admit that, yeah, the prosecution was wrong. And yeah, and Tulsi bitch slapped her with that one. And like, oh no. Let's see. Biden got it from all sides tonight, man. Everybody was swinging for Biden. Biden and Harris, yeah, they took some ass whippings tonight. Biden actually did pretty well with it. I tend to agree. You know what? I'm going to bring up that article. Do least professional monkey on the internet. I gotta find it though. It's in my history somewhere. It's a CNN article, guys, and actually, I think it was from Chris Cillizza. I actually agreed with it, which is surprising because Chris is usually a fucking moron. Was it this one? Nope. Was not that one. That is not the father. This one, winners and losers. That's what it was. And this is from Chris Cillizza. I'll share it if you guys want to read the whole thing because we'll talk about the highlights. I'm not reading this shit. Two reasons. One, I can't read out loud that well. We all know it. And two, I just don't give that much of a fuck. But when he came to Biden, he put him in the winners column. And he said this. Boy, was this a tough call. I went back and forth on Biden's performance throughout the 2 hours. On the one hand, Biden was way more active, energetic, and forceful in this debate than in the first debate in Miami. But that alone doesn't make him a winner. The truth is, this was just a deeply uneven debate for the former vice president. He was, in places, quite strong, but then in others, he was weak. And I agree with that. There was times that he shot back. In the first debate, one of the biggest criticisms of Biden is that he did not respond, and his campaign manager or co-manager, I don't know who he is, is a black gentleman who was on with Jake Tapper yesterday, I think is when I saw him on there. And he said, look, yeah, the vice president, he screwed up in the first debate, but he's going to be ready and able to answer things. And I think he did that pretty well. But he's just going to keep getting slammed for the next. He's the front runner. And everybody saw how much attention Harris got for taking swipes at Biden. So that's what they're doing. Which, by the way, guys, just shows you to be an also-ran, man. Though Biden stumbled over his words when it came to defending the ACA. We'll get there's so much to talk about with what happened in this debate. And I will do my best to go through as much of it as I find interesting. If there's things that you guys do, by all means, throw it up. I will do my best to pay attention to chat. But let's start. Okay, let's start with the winners according to Chris Cillizza from CNN. Cory Booker. I agree. I thought Cory did very well. He was pretty quiet in the first maybe 45 minutes of it, and then he came out swinging. He came out doing, and he did a pretty good job. The first thing I saw him say, though, we saw this last night too. I think it was Buttigieg who did it yesterday. It's like we need to be going after Trump, not each other. Nope, not yet. This is the point, whether you like it or not, where you need to knock out the other guy. We have an adversarial system, and it's not just in Congress. It's absolutely when it comes to the way our primaries are run. We want this. We want to see how much of a hit you can take. We want to see you get in there and fight. We're Americans, for fuck's sake. Um, we we don't want you to be all posh and British. Fuck that. We're not. That's not who we are. You need to get in there. You know, yes, absolutely. Tell us about your plans, but also tell me why his sucks. I need to know why yours is good and why his sucks. And you know what? I know there's a lot of people. I just want everybody to be nice. Nah, fuck that. I want to see these guys get down and dirty and see what they can do. Because you know what? If you can't handle the criticism from your own fucking party, how the fuck are you going to go against the president of the United States, no matter what president that is? You, it's, fuck, man. And you know what? And this is the thing. And we're already seeing it. We're already seeing it. When it comes to Democrats, Democrats tend to sink each other more than Republicans ever do. Excuse me one moment. When it comes to things like Michael Dukakis's furlough program, for you youngins, go look that up. That was not the Republicans. The Republicans used the fuck out of it in the general election, but that came from another Democrat during the primary. Sorry. That's where that came from. Monkey takes so many drugs that he rattles. Yeah, no shit, right? Let's see. Other winner, Tulsi Gabbard. Absolutely, man. Gabbard, she was brutal tonight. She came out swinging, and good for her. I am not a fan of Gabbard. I know everybody loves Gabbard. I'm not a fan of hers. She's a liberal, y'all. She believes in I can't remember if she believes in universal health care. I know she believes in the fight for 15 bullshit, the living wage crap. She has a lot of liberal ideas. Make no mistake, guys, she is a liberal. And I know there's people, well, she's the least liberal of them. Okay. But do you really have a favorite STD? You know what I mean? Like, herpes is so much better than AIDS. Okay. You know what's even better than that? Not getting either of them. Just a hint. Just a hint. But she did have a very good performance, especially bitch slapping old Harris around. Harris's face when that was happening, guys, you should go watch Twitter has a whole bunch of cuts and stuff of these. You can go watch it. People have uploaded a lot of, just watch her face when Tulsi is bitch slapping her around that stage. It's funny as fuck. She looks mad as hell. And this is something we talked about. Polly brought it up when he was on the show with us tonight. Harris, and for the record, we had brought this up before. Harris is not a likable person. She's actually very good when it comes to things like questioning people. She used to be a fucking prosecutor. So, like, if you ever see her in the Senate questioning people, she does a pretty good job. And I wouldn't want to be questioned by that bitch. However, she looks like a bitch, a completely disagreeable twat. And it's funny that it's finally coming through, and that's what's gonna be her downfall, is the fact that, you know, she might be up there saying good things, but if she's saying it in response to somebody, like say she gets the nomination and she has to go against Trump, and Trump pulls a Trump on her, and she gets all bitchy, because she doesn't get bitchy in a, there's different ways to get bitchy. You can get righteously bitchy in a way that people are like, you go, girl. She gets bitchy in the way like, God, what a cunt. Go back to the first televised debate. Do you guys know what that one is? I know some of you do. Prospero, you're old enough. And a lot of you are probably educated enough, even if you're not old enough to know. But the first televised debate for the president was between Richard Nixon and John F. Kennedy. And the polls show the people who watched that debate thought that Kennedy won. and those who listened to it on the radio, that went towards Nixon. Now there's some people out there who argue over those numbers, but those are the numbers. That's what's out there. Nixon won if you listened. Kennedy won if you watched. And Agnostic says Kennedy was photogenic. Not only was Kennedy photogenic, Nixon looked like he was melting. He looked like he was fucking melting up there. He looked horrible. It didn't matter what he was saying. People were just looking at him going, is he dying? So, yeah. Joshua says, Vegan Gains killed you in the debate, yo. Yeah, that's why he lost subs right after that, and I gained. You're right. Absolutely right. You should get that on a t-shirt. But yeah, the sweat on his upper lip. Prospero's like, yeah, man. No, Prospero, oh, God damn it. I wasn't saying you were that old. God, fuck. All right, guys, I'm going to take a moment and get my foot out of my mouth here. No, Prospero, not just that you're old enough. But I mean, I don't know if they teach that in school anymore. It used to be something we were taught everybody was taught. It was part of American history. Amanda says, my cousin says whoever is the best looking candidate is the one who will win. That's typically true as well. Especially for the, Joshua says, logic showed the clear winner. Logic. The man actually said that he'd eat a retard over a cow. There's your logic. Congratulations on your win. It tends to be the better looking candidate wins. And since most of them are male, that does tend to go, or the candidates are male, and women are the majority voting block. We like pretty things. There's nothing wrong with that. But so there's a looking good component to it when it comes to these things. And Harris looks so bad answering these questions, man. So bad when she was being challenged. She looked like she was gonna go talk to your manager. It was fucking funny. But yeah, she's getting drugged real bad over that. Okay, other winner, Julian Castro. Sadly, yes. I really don't like Castro, but you're right. He had a good debate. Man, he was forceful. Now, I don't know how well what he was saying is going to play, because Julian kind of looks, well, he looks like a Cuban had sex with a fish and out popped him. And so he's not a very good looking man. So maybe people were actually paying attention to him. We're going to open the borders. One of Biden's best lines tonight was when they were talking about Julian Castro. He won't just come out and say he's for open borders, but he's for fucking open borders. Nah, man, we should just give him a ticket if they come in illegally, is basically what he's saying. Should handle it civilly. Fuck off. And Biden goes, okay. Because Castro's plan is, when you catch him in the country illegally, you give him a path to citizenship and let him stay. I'm like, well, what about all the other people who are on the path to citizenship doing it right in their own countries right now? And Biden brought that up. He's like, what about somebody overseas right now who can't just walk across the border? How is that fair to them? It was an excellent moment for Biden. So if you actually listen to Castro, I don't think he did very well, but he came out swinging. He was active. I think it'll get him a little bit of attention, and that's what they need right now. So I think he had a decent debate. I think he's a fucking moron, though. And there was one more winner. You guys ready for this one? And this one is probably the one I agree with most. Opposition research. Opposition research. This is the Democrats' specialty, y'all. Oh man, the Democrats and their oppo. And that's how it's known in the political world. It's just oppo, opposition research. The Clintons were masters of this shit. They didn't invent it. It's been around for a while. This is why Democrat candidates end up getting sunk from Democrat talking points by their Republicans. The Democrats will do this deep research on somebody to find out what the evil things they are or they have done and said are. and they'll try to use them in the primary. And then the Republicans just sit back and wait, see who won, and go, all right, what was this shit they were saying about him? And then they run on that shit. It's funny as hell to watch because you'd think they would, get smart. It's been happening for decades, for fuck's sake. But no, they're a bunch of fucking morons, so they keep doing it. But opposition research, it's not a glorious or high profile job like campaign manager or press secretary, but man, oh man, does it matter to the success of a campaign to have a really good opposition research team. Ask Hillary Clinton. She had Fusion GPS. That's what Fusion GPS was, guys. It's an opposition research company. That's what they do. They dig for dirt on people. They have whole fucking companies to this. It's a fucking business. Anyway, both Biden and Gabbard effectively used the opposition research dug up by their teams. And Senator Kirsten Gillibrand had a great piece of opposition research, but blew it by not holding it for the actual debate. More on that later. Get yourself good opposition research, people. That can be the difference between winning and losing. Actually, Kirsten Gillibrand did not have a great piece of opposition research. She had a very piss poor. We can get into that in a minute. And that's why she blew it. The losers, Kamala Harris, absolutely. God damn, she looked bad. God damn. Barack Obama. This one, that was it's funny because Biden is linked to Obama. Everybody knows that. He was his VP. And Biden, he's trying to tie himself to that because whether you like it or not, guys, Obama went out as a popular president. His popularity, it wasn't as great as it was at times, but he was still above 50%, and a lot of people still love him, man. So Biden is trying desperately to, cling to that legacy. Well, that presents a problem for the Democrats because they can't attack Biden without attacking Obama. Oops. You have this really popular president who was your last president from your party, and you have to decide whether or not you want to go, I like the guy, I think he did good, or go, my opponent here who worked with that man, they both sucked, because that's their choice, and that was what's going on. It's laughs and inevitability, says Prosper. I know, right? It's funny as shit. You don't have much of a choice here, candidates. You either need to let him have his talking points or not. And if you choose not, you are lining up against Barack Obama, who, again, guys, popular man, popular president still. Chris says in here, I don't understand why people don't say, I love Barack Obama and admire what he did, but Joe Biden isn't Barack Obama. That's the answer there. That's what it is. Instead of trying to attack Obama's legacy. And look, I don't like Obama's legacy. I'd have no problem doing, but these are Democrats, so they don't want to do that. We got to the point where Cory Booker actually said to Biden over immigration that he couldn't invoke Obama for good things and not for bad things, because Obama, again, like it or not, started the separation thing that everybody's so pissed off about. We have to remember, and I'm gonna keep bringing this shit up every chance I get. The only reason we're talking about children in cages is because of pictures that came out of the Obama administration. That is just fact. The pictures were from 2015. And since then, we've had another one from, what was it, 2014? All the people huddled together in the blankets, and it looks like they're in a fucking bombed out building. But yeah, so they're having to attack Barack Obama. It's really coming up in the Medicare debate. You guys didn't do enough. Well, actually, they did a lot. I don't agree with what they did, but you guys couldn't be talking about Medicare for all like this, the way you are, if they didn't do that. If Obamacare hadn't come in, that's one. I am convinced Obamacare was put in place to push people to ask for single payer healthcare. It was a bad law. It was a horrible law. And anybody who says different didn't pay attention to it. And yes, I know there's things people like about it. I know, like, look, it covers pre-existing conditions. You're right, it does. But that one little piece of the law doesn't make the whole law good. The rest of it was garbage, absolute garbage. And it was I said this at the time, and people say, "Oh, you're a conspiracy theorist." Like, no, this looks like it's designed to force people to ask for single payer, because there is no way. Their argument going into it was, we're going to lower premiums, we're going to lower your medical cost. Like, you can't lower medical costs, especially when we're talking insurance premiums, by forcing companies to cover pre-existing conditions. When you force people to cover pre-existing conditions, you're adding to the risk. The only way to take care of that risk is to increase the amount of money that's in the pool. And the only way to do that is to increase premiums, increase deductibles. Excuse me, I'm so sorry, guys. To increase the money going into the system. Excuse me. Obamacare, yay! I get to pay twice as much for less coverage. Gee, thanks. Yeah, you see, Kyle, that's the thing. So when the next argument comes up, is it, do you want to go back to how we were? Which, by the way, there's no going back. There's no going back. We fucked that pooch 9 ways to Sunday. But do you want to go back to that? Or would you like the government to make sure you don't have to pay for anything anymore? Ding, 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 ding. We have a winner, guys. So yeah, it was made to do that. The last loser. Oh no, I'm sorry. We have two. Kirsten Gillibrand. We need to talk about her opposition research. She went after Biden. She went after Biden and accused him of saying that women shouldn't work outside the home. What? Excuse me. So sorry. I had no idea what she was referencing, but it turns out over on the Twitter machine, Kirsten's, I think it's her media promoter. Hang on, where's it at? Her communications director, Gillibrand's communications director, tweeted out the story. I'll throw the tweet into chat for you guys if you want to read it. Well, I'm throwing in my response tweet, which has hers. This is the story that they're referencing. And it says, Congress is subsidizing deterioration of family, written by Joseph R. Biden, Senator, Delaware. This is from 1981, I believe it is. Yeah, that's what it said. That's what Miss Meredith Kelly, communications director for Kirsten Gillibrand, tells us. And yes, he absolutely does say that right there. It says, too many Americans, especially members of my generation, go out of their way to avoid individual responsibility for themselves and for their family. That is a shame. But a recent act of Congress puts federal government in the position through the tax codes of subsidizing the deterioration of the family. That is tragic. Now, that sounds horrible. Because this what he's talking about there was a tax credit for childcare. So it's like, oh, he doesn't want to give tax credit for childcare. He must mean that he wants women in the home. Excuse me, Jesus, mother of God. Why am I sneezing all of a sudden? Excuse me, man. Anyway, if you read the actual article, though, if you read the whole article, what he's talking about is he put in they want to pass this increase to the child care credit, but he wanted to have a cap on the amount of money you could earn and still get that credit. His point being, if you're rich enough to pay for your children, you should be paying for your children. That was his whole thing. It didn't matter single moms, married moms, married dads, single dads. He made no distinction in there. His distinction was about wealth. But yeah, this idiot, look, he didn't want women working outside the home. And Biden shot back with my first wife worked outside the home. My current wife worked outside the home. I have no problem with women working outside the home. And then the final loser in tonight's debate was Republican talking points. That's in quotes. We started to hear this dismissive response to legitimate questions about candidates' plans on Tuesday nights. Both Harris and Booker used it on Wednesday night to parry entirely reasonable questions. Make no mistake, that is a punt. It is evidence that a candidate doesn't have a good response to a hard question. And that should worry any Democrat who is looking at picking a nominee to go toe-to-toe with a street fighter like the president of the United States. Yep, exactly. Not only is it a punt, it is literally them saying, it's them going, you're a Nazi. That's what they're doing now. They haven't actually come out and said that. But they did tell us that there's a white nationalist in the White House who was that. I think that was Booker who said that. So we're getting there. So if you're using the Republican talking points, obviously you are using the white nationalist talking points. Oh, you're a Nazi. You're a Nazi. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. You got to be careful when you say stupid shit. So yeah, it was funny to me that they I can't believe they're even saying that's a Republican talking point. Okay, let's say it is. Let's say somebody challenges you and it actually is a Republican talking point. Well, if you win the nomination, guess who you're going to have to run against? A Republican. A Republican. Hey, Jack.
Hey, how you doing?
How you doing?
About the same.
We were just talking about the fact that during the last two debates, as a response to questions, even Chris Cillizza himself says are legitimate questions. People have shot back with, that's a Republican talking point. That's their answer, man.
That's I don't have an answer for that.
How close is that to you're a Nazi? If you're using a Republican talking point and the Republicans are Nazis, doesn't that make you a Nazi?
I guess.
I'm just throwing that out there. By the way, guys, I don't know how long this stream will last, and not just how long I'll go. I don't know if like at 12 o'clock Pacific time, they're going to shut down Hangouts. So if we suddenly disappear in 17 minutes, it's not us. Throwing that out there. I wasn't actually expecting to be able to use it, but how'd the rest of your show go, man? I had to dip out to do this, and I wanted to drop my depressing stuff before other people came in.
Yeah, it's fair.
Your show was great tonight, man. As always. I fucking love your show.
Yeah, if you haven't watched Stranger Things Season 3, I think you need to download episode 7, I think it was, and clip out that whole scene where they talk about Marty and his mom possibly banging.
Did they steal that shit from me?
I think they did, but it does support your argument.
James Colley, thank you so much. Republican talking points equals that's not fair and you're a racist for bringing up. Have you no shame? Exactly. Well, again, my response to that, if it's like, okay, that's a Republican talking point, but all right, if you win, you're going to have to run against a Republican. What are you going to say to them? You're just going to go, that's a Republican talking point?
No, you're just going to be like, there's a Nazi over there.
You better have a fucking answer.
Oh, they don't talk to Nazis, dude. They just show up and be like, look, I'm not a Nazi like that guy.
Can you talk for just a second? I need to pull my nose fast.
So, yeah, I was wondering. I saw Stranger Things 3, and I was just thinking about it earlier, and I was like, that show really needed more explosions. Now, it takes place in the 80s, and the 80s was the era of explosions. And I would appreciate more explosions. And, you're fighting some big Nyarlathotep looking motherfucker. And you don't start, making, bombs and turning cars into weapons. No, they're just a lot of, let's run around and play with handguns. No, this is America. We
That's right.
blow shit up.
Yeah, I still haven't watched Stranger Things. I started to watch it one day, and I know had some creepy elements to it, and Lady Monkey cannot handle any kind of horror stuff. So it's, I'll watch it another time, and then I just never went back to it. So
It's not so much horror as it is like action adventure, I would say. I mean, it
okay,
has horror elements, but yeah, I think it's worth watching just because it's what everyone's talking about. I didn't mind it. I thought this was probably the weaker season, but they did kind of set up something that could be a really interesting storyline later.
fair enough. Knight's Armament says, "Please get back on topic." You're on Monkey in the Morning. Whatever topic we're on is the topic. But I do want to finish with the debates before we move on too far, Jack.
Uh,
I think the Democrats didn't do themselves any favors tonight. They screwed up pretty bad. You don't have to attack each other as bad as they did tonight. You don't have to take all your swings at once, man. I get it. There's a lot of people on that stage, and you need some something to separate you from the crowd. But there was some harsh shit up there, man. Dude, did you watch any of the debates, Jack?
no, I was busy all day. Unfortunately,
Tulsi Gabbard bitch slapped Kamala Harris with her prosecutorial record.
that's awesome.
It was
Gabbard really could. I maintain Gabbard could beat Trump. She's
I
a good candidate. She's just not lefty enough.
I think she's plenty lefty. She's just not one. We rarely see a representative get anywhere in a presidential election. Certainly not
Yeah,
elected, because they're not considered, a viable candidate yet. Really, you got to win the state, either in the Senate or the governorship.
yeah.
But I don't hate her. I think she'd be okay. I don't know if she could handle Trump. I don't know how many people can handle Trump.
No, but she would draw in.
Wrong. Wrong. I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but I think she could draw in a lot of the more blue dog Democrats and the like more left leaning never Trumpers, the rhinos, that sort of thing. She could probably pull a lot of those away from Trump.
Probably.
And I think of this lineup, she's the least crazy.
Um,
And I kind of want to bone her.
you're right on both accounts there. Nico, thank you so much. Who says Kamala Harris, comms director of being a Russian asset now? No joke. I think what you're talking about is accused Gabbard of being a Russian asset. Yeah. Where's that tweet?
Did that really happen?
Yeah. Hang on. This wasn't the comms director. This was somebody else, just some rando who was repeating it. Here it is. Tulsi going in hard on Kamala Harris told me one thing. Putin and Trump fear Kamala most, or at the very least, close to the top. Tulsi going after Kamala shows that Putin and Trump are afraid of Kamala. So Tulsi is working for Trump and Putin. The fuck? Oh man, Gabbard's Russian asset. This is hilarious. Peak current year. I know, right? I have been looking forward to this part of the election when they turn on each other and all fucking shit goes nuts, because that's what I like. That's what I like. I like the fighting part, man.
Well, I don't know how anybody could vote for 90% of these people. Like, they are insane.
Yeah, they are, and they're dirty, and some of them are very dirty. We were talking about one of the things that Tulsi hit Kamala with was there was a case in California where a man was on death row, and Kamala Harris, there was exculpatory evidence, and she had to be forced by a court to turn it over for a man on death row.
Well, they don't care about the little people.
How do you run with that? Can you imagine? Let's say Kamala makes it all the way to the end, and Trump gets to use that?
Right?
Are you kidding?
What's sad is she's one of the top contenders. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like, Tulsi Gabbard, is probably their best bet because she's the most likable. She has a decent record of being consistent. Yeah, I don't agree with her politics. I'm not voting for her. I'd have sex with her, but she's definitely like professional enough and it, a little bit more moderate than some of the others. She's not saying crazy shit either. And she's suing Google. So
James Colley, thank you. Says Kamala has CBLs. Who is afraid of that? What is CBL?
I don't know.
Somebody in chat smarter than us. Tell me what that means. And that could be like pretty much all of you. No offense, Jack. At least smarter than me
Nope.
are.
No, I don't claim to be brilliant.
Prospero says, how does the lawyer do that? This is why my dad is spinning on high. It happens too often in our country with fucking prosecutors who are too goddamn proud to admit, oops, we made a mistake. And they end up, oh, childbearing lips.
Yeah.
Thank you, James, for the donation and clearing that up. I saw a great thing on her earlier. She slept her way to the middle. I was like, oh, that's harsh. That's harsh. Yeah. Kamala, man, she came out of that first debate looking like the goddess because she was the only one willing to go after Biden real hard. But yeah, everybody came after her, Jack. It was funny as shit. Everybody went after Biden as well. But yeah, they turned. Oh my God, I forgot about this part. So afterwards, right, she is on with Anderson Cooper. And he asked her, do you think, or were you expecting, real quick, Miles, thank you so much. Hey, Monkey, I cannot stand Marianne Williamson's voice. I feel like I'm in a 1950s detective movie. She sounds so cartoon-like and ridiculous. Oh, I hate her voice. I hate her look. I hate what she says. But oh, dear God, is she funny to listen to. She's a moron, and she's up on that debate stage, and that dude from ABC is like, we need to start taking her seriously. I'm like, you did not just say that. You did not just say that. Anyway, so thank you so much for the super chat. Harris is with Anderson after the debate, right? And Anderson asked, were you expecting the attacks like you got from Gabbard? And this is a cut quote. There's a little bit more to the quote, but obviously I'm a top tier candidate, so I did expect that I'd be on the stage and take some hits tonight. And then she says a little bit more in there. She when people are at 0 or 1% or whatever she might be. Bitch came off sounding like an Instagram model trying to drag a lower Instagram model. I got more followers than you, bitch.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
That's mature.
Oh, man.
And these people want to be in charge of nuclear weapons.
Yeah. Yeah. Kamala does not have a good demeanor for what she's trying to do here.
She comes off as being angry very easily.
Yep.
And you cannot get angry like that when dealing with world politics. I mean, people bitch about Trump. Yeah, exactly. Like people bitch about Trump doing it all the time. And I'm like, yeah, he's good at it though. He still like says obnoxious shit, but he knows what he's doing. He's got experience fucking with people.
Exactly. And I'm just picturing her up there, right, on the debate. I've tried picturing all of them debating Trump. And with her, you know, if he pulls that wrong shit he did with Hillary, she's going to lose her shit, and not in an endearing way.
Yeah.
It's going to be, oh, that's a crazy bitch.
Yeah, it's going to be a crazy mom way. Like you see her yelling at a kid in a pool, you know. You get over here right now, you little son of a bitch.
Yes, yeah, exactly. She's not personable, and that's not a. You know what's coming, Jack. We're gonna have to hear about people just don't like her because she's a woman. No.
Or because she's brown.
Even Gillibrand, when she got some criticism tonight, she took it in much better stride. She didn't give a very good answer, but she didn't come off looking like a complete cunt, which is, I keep using that word with Harris, guys, but I can't think of another way to describe how she looks when she's getting any kind of pushback.
Harpy.
She looks like a cunt.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ, bitch. Calm down.
she's the type of chick that nobody should stick their dick in because she's gonna be trouble.
Well, yeah, this is a woman who, rather than admit she was wrong, was going to let a man die.
Yeah, yeah, there's some real pathology there.
Yeah, Prospero just said, I don't like her because she's a sociopath, right? How do you let somebody die when you have information that'll exonerate them?
Well, if she's not a sociopath, she sure likes their clothing.
Well played, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah, guys. So, second debate out of the way. I can't remember. I think the next debate is in September.
That's kind of a long way away. We had these two kind of back to back, and then they're throwing the other one way out there. I mean, this is going to be such a long election.
I think. Let me see. Here's the debates. Let's see. We had June and July, and then it's not much longer. We had because the first ones were on June 26th and 27th, then July 30th and 31st, and September 12th. So it's the first one was a month apart, and this one's going to be like 6 weeks apart.
Yeah, but that's going to feel like a fucking eternity.
Oh, it is. It is. And it's going to, I'm really curious what's going to happen with the press cycle. Because usually as you're starting to get into this, they start fighting with each other, right? When is the primary? The primary is what? I want to say January.
Is it that close?
I believe so. Yeah.
Wow.
I could be wrong on that. Wouldn't be the first time.
You got super chat.
Oh, thank you so much, dear DNC. No one is sad here. Thank you, James Colley. Yes, nobody's sad. We are all perfectly happy people.
Yep, I love the Clintons. People. They're good people.
If I'm missing it, somebody let me. I can't find it. When is the actual primary?
They may not have a definitive date set, but like a general one.
Well, they should have at least the kickoff to it.
You'd think, but I don't know how organized these clowns are.
I don't think they're organized at all. Where's the? I was just on a fucking page. Okay, hang on. Least professional monkey on the intranet.
Yeah, too many people are professional. You don't want to be like shill up to Faco, do you?
Okay, no, it's April, I guess. Well, let me put it this way: the last debate is going to be in April, so sometime around there. So they have almost a year to go still.
Yeah.
February is the start with Iowa. Thank you, Nico. There you go. But yeah, the elections themselves are going to be starting soon, man. So they need to get in there. You're always wrong. Just ask Lady Monkey. You're right. You're not right. You're wrong. You're right. New Hampshire's February. So yeah, there you go. The start of the actual race is in February. That's not that long away, and every time we well, I can't say every time, and we've only had the one debate so far, but between this debate and the last debate, who was talking about the candidates? They weren't in the news like at all. Everybody was talking. I mean, you'd have something like when Cory Booker went down to the border, and who else did we have? Shit, I can't think of another story that happened between there. And that's not. Go ahead.
I want to clip that so it just says like that time Cory Booker went down.
Hey, he's got a boo or a bay. What was it he said? I have a boo.
Beard?
I have a bay.
Beard?
He has a beard. I think it was Keemstar put up a picture of Cory Booker. He said, Why do I always think of the TV show Dinosaurs when I see him? And I looked, I'm like, oh my God, he's got their mouth.
And their eyes, the way they bug out.
Yeah. Lots of people, I thought Hangouts was dead. It should be. It's not supposed to exist right now.
We could disappear at any time.
Yeah, it just turned 3 o'clock here, so it's midnight on the Pacific coast. We'll
So
see
be
when they turn the switch.
yeah, so be sure to donate now
Yeah,
so that Monkey has ramen money until we sort out how to keep him on air.
and toss money at Jack too.
Yeah, I like money.
I tossed you a little money just to make a shitty joke on your show.
I know. I thought it was funny, and then Ebony yelled at me.
Uh, anyhow, it's going to be a slow roll. If you're talking about Hangouts, they'll flip a switch. That's
Yeah.
what they do. They've already flipped the switch, so you automatically go to beta no matter what you want.
Ugh.
And what I mean by beta, there, guys, is with your YouTube Studio. If you're a creator, you used to have the chance to use Classic as your default or beta. Now they're forcing us into beta no matter what. I see why they call it beta.
Yeah, because it's awful.
That is some cucked shit right there.
Yeah. I
I
don't
can't
know why everybody needs to change their system. Just leave it alone.
I can't wait to see the female team that brought us that.
Right?
Oh, Prospero says they're not running off servers though. I'm not sure what you mean there. They have the system set up, they have the date. We'll see. Winners and losers. A lot of people have been doing that again. Last night, I would definitely say the winner was still Trump, as it was after the first two debates. Tonight, I think you actually had winners. I think Tulsi Gabbard, definitely a winner tonight. James Golly, thank you so much. As all the imaginary friends might disappear. Yeah. We need to talk about that for a minute. The shows are still going on. It's just the way we do them is going to be different. So it sucks, but yeah, it's what we have to do. What about using Zoom or setting up Streamlabs and Discord? That's what we'll do. Excuse me. So what we're going to do, yeah. I'll be using, the only thing that might have a major change that I do is going to be this show, because I won't be able to have guests on because of that lag that I get, the latency from satellite. AT&T is supposed to be looking into my problem. This is me not holding my breath.
Yeah.
Seriously, if they would just update their equipment, I don't even need a different plan. I just need the plan I have to actually be working. Because if they do that, I can do everything. With the 3 meg upload I have from the satellite, I can stream my games with no problem. I could probably even, it's a little bit grainy because I when I was first trying it, is like, I don't want to push it too far, but I could probably turn it up and still have just as good of a thing. But for just talking, who gives a fuck, right?
Yeah.
It can be grainy as fuck for all I care. Excuse me. There's lots of people who've been, throwing ideas. What was that? The stream one that
StreamYard.
StreamYard, yeah. Lots of people have been pushing StreamYard. There may be a way for one of us to StreamYard's type to set up the stream and you run it. Yeah. I appreciate it, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens. I'm not too worried about it. When this show first started, it was just me here talking because I was still had shit to say from the nightly broadcast. I can talk by myself for hours if I have to. It would probably be a shorter show though. Instead of like 2 hours, I'd be trying to hit the hour and a half mark. Because about then it's like, okay, I have nothing left to say.
Yeah.
I have 133 up and 40, or 133 down and 44 up. Yeah, off my AT&T, I have 7 down and half a meg up at my best speeds. Yeah, at my best speed. Thank you, Nico. Kamala Harris also accuses Gabbard of being an Assad apologist. She did say that. She said that during the little part that's part of what they cut out in that quote I read just a little bit ago about I have more followers than you. Yeah, she threw in the Assad apologist thing.
Well, not wanting to go blow up a bunch of places overseas randomly in things that are in our business does not make you an apologist. It makes you an isolationist.
Right. Um, Gut Centric says, "Oh my god, if you go to the old creator thing and ho to the YouTube homepage by the drop down, it gives you the old YouTube layout." Yep, sometimes
Yeah,
it depends.
they're getting rid of that altogether, though. So
Yep.
you're going to be forced into it. I think
Well,
today.
I think he's talking about the actual YouTube page itself, not your
Oh, not the Creator Studio.
studio. Yeah, it'll take you back to the old one where it had a smaller video screen and all of the text was smaller and everything. Yeah,
Yeah.
I fall back there every once in a while. And I don't like it because I'm old and I need bigger words to read. So I control R that motherfucker and get it back to normal. Yeah, YouTube needs to fix their shit, but hopefully AT&T will give me an answer that's better than, yeah, sorry, there's nothing we can do about that. Did you try StreamYards? No, I haven't tried StreamYards yet. I know everybody keeps pushing that. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. Tyler says Podunk, Michigan sucks for that. I had dial up at home well into college. I was actually surprised how quick they got us up to 3 megs here for download speed, because we went from 56K to 1 meg to 3 and then to 6 like in, I want to say, less than 4 months. And then they threw in a package with 12 down, 3 up. I'm like, cool. And that's actually what I pay for, because I need as good as I can get. But yeah, it just can't be delivered to my house. They actually sent a tech out here. And he's like, yeah, that's the best you can get here. I'm like, oh,
Wow.
wonderful. All right. Why don't you go fix your shit?
Yeah, worthless.
Go put in a booster. That's all you got to do. And don't act like you ain't got one. Granted, it probably takes more than just me telling him to do it. Oh, okay, I'll just go put one in right now. But don't be stubborn, monkey. Give it a try. The worst that could happen is it won't work. I'm not opposed to it. I've just already figured out how I'm going to do it for at least the short term. And I mean, I can go try it, but doesn't everybody who uses it have to sign up for it? I'm also not real keen on giving yet another company my YouTube channel information, which is what you do.
Yeah.
Prosperous says, because they won't fix the infrastructure, they shouldn't charge you for shit they can't deliver. I understand that argument. And they did. They offered to lower me down to the 6. What is it? 6 down, 1.5 up. I'm like, one, you can't deliver that anyway. And 2, I still need the download speed as fast as I can, because Lady Monkey works from home and she needs that. She doesn't need the upload speed like I do. She needs the download speed. So you're paying for more than what you're getting. Should demand not. I get it. I don't want to argue with them and fight with them. And I get what you guys are saying. Believe me, I'm not above arguing with people, or I don't want to get to a point where it's like, we're going to force you into this other crappy one that we still can't deliver on.
Yeah, and if you get too aggressive with them, they'll just fuck you over.
Yeah, because the one they can deliver is the 3 down. And like, no, that can't happen for me, because I need the other stuff. Have you tried calling AT&T's corporate office? We were told it was impossible to get working internet at my house. We called them and had working internet within 10 minutes. Hang on, I'm gonna write that fucking number down. No, I don't think I've actually done that. Mostly what I do is I contact their customer service folks, and actually they've been really great. But yeah, none of them can actually do a fucking thing. Oh, there we go. Thank you for that number. I will check it out. Damn, you hopping a train, my friend?
Oh, no, this damn thing's loud for some reason.
That's all right. Maybe try the stream chat feature. Tweet back at your carrier every hour or every 15 minutes with a speed test result and say what you're paying for. No, I just don't want to be forced down into the lowest tier. because that would make it so Lady Monkey couldn't work from home. And then she'd have to drive an hour and a half each way to work every day. So I will do this the slow, easy, nice way. And we'll see what happens. You know what's a bigger concern for me? A bigger concern for me is just in the last budget that was passed that had to do with this. Tech companies were given billions of dollars to expand broadband in rural areas. Billions. Aetherto says, so they got you by the balls. Basically, yeah.
They know it too.
Cato says, what do you mean force down? You pay for X and they're not delivering. Yeah, you know what they'll do? They'll say, we can't actually deliver that. The only thing we can deliver to you is Y, so we're going to move you down to the Y tier. That's what we can give you. And I'll be like, oh, great. I'm fucked.
Yeah. What you're told to get is not always what they're going to do. Just because they're supposed to do something doesn't mean they're going to do it. And they'll find a way to fuck you over with it because that's how the world works.
Me saying that I'm paying for X, so you better give me X doesn't mean they're going to go, oh shit, yeah, we got to get him X. They're going to be like, oh, well, all we can get you is Y, so here you go, you're on Y.
Yeah, you'd be surprised how much power some asshole sitting in a marketing office can use against you. He doesn't care about you. You're some faceless person that he talks to on a phone. He's like, all right, you give me a dick, I'll fuck you over.
Cato says, and how did you get on X in the first place? Well, it is available in my area, and there are people who can get it if they live close enough to the signal. And I can get part of it. So yeah, I mean they sold it that way. That I'm not saying that's exactly what they would do, but it's what I think they would do. And like I said, I'm not willing to fuck over Lady Monkey and make her drive 3 hours, 4 days a week over this. There's other ways I can get around it. And you know what? Yeah, they could go back and go, we overcharged you this whole time. We'll give you this flat fee here, but you're still stuck with the shitty internet. I understand what you guys are saying, but I know a lot of people who do this. They'll immediately run and go, to the company. I need to talk to your manager, and they end up fucking themselves. There's times to do that. There's absolutely times to do that, but there's also not. Are you using wireless signaling? No, I'm not. Yeah, guys, I don't want to concentrate on that too much, but yeah, believe me, I understand the tech that I'm dealing with. I understand the company I'm dealing with. You ever see that South Park episode when the cable episode?
Yes.
You go to complain about it, and they just start rubbing their nipples.
Yep. That's what it's like in smaller regions. If you live in a city, you have a lot of choices. If you live in a smaller community, no, you might have two choices.
The cable company flat out told me there's a note on our street that they will never bring cable down this street. There's just not enough people living down here. Now, if they'd done it 20 years ago when I first suggested it, they would have made back their investment and then some.
Nah, fuck that. That sounds like work.
I know, right? Fucking assholes. Good morning, Polly.
Morning. How's it going?
How are you?
Well, I'm me.
Let me ask you something, Polly.
Uh-huh.
Do you think if they remake Back to the Future?
Oh, Jesus. Fuck.
They should make Marty Martha, and that her mom should try to finger her.
No.
Okay, fair enough.
I disagree. I think it's a great idea.
I think it's a wonderful idea. I think it would bring more people into the seats, and it would be empowering.
Is that what you think?
It would be empowering.
You're not trying to live out a weird sexual fantasy or anything.
No, not at all, because that one is kind of creepy.
Well, it's coming. That one they'll remake it.
Oh, I know. That's Andrew Joyner. Thank you so much. Says Night Monkey. Have a nice day. Same to you. I appreciate it.
Why haven't they remade Murder Ball?
Because Murder Ball was awesome to begin with.
They should pull a Luke Leia with Marty's with Marty's mom.
Well, that'd be weird.
I don't even know what to think of that statement.
Wait, were you thinking a rollerball?
No,
I
murder
don't.
ball.
No, I think
basketball?
he's asking me.
Oh,
Probably. I don't. What is murder ball? I got to look it up.
That's the wheelchair basketball teams.
Then no. Yeah, I was thinking of rollerball.
Yeah.
they already did remake Death Track 2000.
Yeah, they made a sequel to Death Race as well.
Death Race.
Yeah, not only was there the Jason Statham remake with some sequels, they also did an unofficial sequel to the original, but with that guy that's married to the chick from that show Modern Family, Sofia Varga. Her husband played Frankenstein, and it was actually a really fun movie.
Really?
Yeah, I recommend it. It's like Death Race 2069 or something like that.
When they do that with movies, how do they pick the time frame?
I think they just make it up.
Like it's 2035.
Well, I mean, this November's coming up is the year Blade Runner 1982 set in.
Right?
November 2019.
But isn't the next movie 2049?
Yeah.
How'd they pick 2049?
They whatever round number, like 2019, then add 30 years for old ass Harrison Ford.
All right. Fair enough. Rollerball was a movie with Shane McMahon. I don't know. I don't remember wasn't Rollerball was the
James Caan was in that. I don't remember who else.
It's been a
James
while.
Caan dead?
I don't think so. He might be. Yeah, they remade that though with some annoying children. Like
no,
20
Prospero. 49 isn't a round number, but they added a nice round number of 30 years.
30 years. I'm sorry.
Jeez. Some people are so hot to criticize, man.
Did the Rollerball remake have LL Cool J in it?
Yes.
It did? Jesus.
It had one of the guys from American Pie. Not the lead guy, it was one of the others. Or one of those douchebag type guys. It wasn't very good. The original was way better. James Caan was a superior actor.
Well, the original one, I mean, it's one of those campy ass films that you can't really recreate. They do that with too many movies from the olden days. Like, well, we're going to recreate this and make it look new and realistic and shiny and pretty. And like, no. You can't pick something else. Pick something else.
Yeah.
Remake Gleaming the Cube. There's a movie.
Oh my God, no. Nobody needs a remake of Gleaming the fucking Cube.
Yes, they do.
They could probably get Christian Slater to reprise his role in it.
Yeah.
Whatever happened to him, man?
Well, he was in Mr. Robot for a hot minute.
Yeah, and he was on Archer for a little while. He just sort of, like, I don't know. I think he became like a douchebag or something because it seems like nobody wanted to work with him.
He was the hottest shit going there for like 3 days.
Yeah. That sequel to Cuffs never really came together, though.
I think people realized he was just doing a really bad Jack Nicholson impression and didn't want to hire him anymore.
Fair enough.
I like Christian Slater. I just fucking around.
Yeah, he's a decent actor. He's no Ethan Hawke, in my opinion, or Matt Dillon.
He was in some epic movies. I mean, Pump Up the Volume was amazing.
Never seen it.
Oh my God.
I've seen. I know of it, but I've never actually seen it.
Dude, that was one of our defining movies. That and Heathers.
Yeah.
Heathers,
the movie.
Yeah, Heathers.
Never even heard of it.
What?
Oh, they have a remake of. They made a show of it.
Was it also called Heathers?
Heathers, yeah, and they fucked it all up in the show. Yeah, if you've never seen Heathers, you got to watch it, man. I love the dead gay son.
Does it have what's his name in it?
Christian Slater, yeah. Christian Slater and what's that crazy bitch's name? Winona Ryder.
Really? Is it during her peak hotness?
Yes.
Yes.
Huh.
It was when both of them were at the peak for both of them, actually.
Well, I don't really
And
care if Christian Slater's looking hot. That's not really.
no. I meant also for their
Fame.
marketability.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, Heather's was the beaches of Gen X.
It was the sleeper hit. But all of us who watched, like, oh, that's a great movie. Like I said, the line "I love my dead gay son" is my favorite line from any movie ever.
Yeah, that movie was
I
so
love my
good.
dead gay son. That's not ruining anything, Polly, but when you watch it, it's just awesome. Heather's was great. And they remade it and as a TV show, and I was seeing it's like, what the fuck did you do? You missed the whole point of the fucking movie.
Well, they did that with Scream as well, the Scream TV series.
They did
It
a
was
Scream. I didn't know they did.
Oh yeah, it was on like MTV or something. It was okay, but it really kind of missed the point of the movie, which was making kind of a satirical take on slasher films. And I really like the Scream series, but it was an homage more than an original thing.
RG, go sit in the corner. Winona Ryder was never hot. Can you imagine the poor bastard who had to casting couch her? I'd do it right now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely.
She's still pretty hot. I just saw her on Stranger Things.
She absolutely is. Like she's just transformed from a hot late 90s Winona Ryder to MILF ass Winona Ryder. I'm okay with it. Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about.
Dude.
She's got thigh gap and everything.
Oh Jesus.
I don't even, God damn you, Jack.
What?
You motherfucker. Like banging a meth addict. Hey, look, that just means she'll let you do the other stuff and never remember it. So she's like, sure, put it in that hole. I'm not going to remember it later.
Yeah, I needs my money. Okay, baby.
I need that part in that movie.
Oh, what you gonna do for it? Show me that thigh gap.
I don't care where you put it. Bring your friends. How the fuck did we get on this?
I don't remember. We were talking about Heather's.
Polly, you're here now. Me and Jack should not be allowed to wander that far.
I thought we were just talking about weird movies that should be or shouldn't be remade.
Is that what we're talking about?
Well, it's what I was talking about. I don't know. Maybe I took it off topic. that's the subject as far as I'm concerned.
It's pretty bad when none of us really know what's going on.
We don't know what the fuck's going on. Welcome to Monkey in the Morning.
We usually let Polly be in charge of keeping track of where we're going.
Matta says, who sings the song Manic Mondays? That was the Bangles and Hoffs. What the fuck's her first name? Susanna Hoffs. Oh man.
Yeah.
That's my favorite when she's singing that, and it just got the close up on her face, and she keeps doing the eye things. Oh,
such a cute little sprightly lady.
Just put your dick right in her mouth, man.
Yeah,
she's got those dick sucking eyes, the ones you want looking up at you.
Yeah, like Lisa Loeb.
Oh yeah.
That girl, man. Oh, she was a cutie. She's probably a nutcase.
The retard, like the mentally incapacitated woman. I mean.
What?
Polly thinks we're talking about banging mental retards. What?
Well, no, but there's an actor, Lisa Loeb, and she was like, a little disabled.
She's a singer. Yeah.
Yeah. She sang a song called "Stay" with her band Nine Stories.
I've never heard of any of these things. I thought you guys were talking.
I feel really old right now. Why are you age shaming?
We are really old. Who was the other one? She just looked dirty and trashy. The one, God.
Amy Winehouse?
No. Oh God, no.
Hey, you leave Amy out of it. She was
I wouldn't even
talented and afflicted with drugs. It was a tragedy.
I wouldn't even walk in a room with her because that would mean my dick was there and was in danger.
Why is my penis shriveling into my stomach? Oh, hi Amy, how you doing?
It's hiding itself for protection. Oh God, I can't think of her name. I'm trying to think of the song too, so I can look it up, but I'll remember it later. She just had that. She kind of had a hippie look to her.
You thinking of Edie Brickell?
Yes. Thank you.
Nailed it. She married Simon, Paul Simons.
Yes, she did. She had that big weird mouth. She was not pretty at all, but there was something about her that I just wanted to.
You already said it. She was a fucking hippie.
I don't like hippies though.
I thought you
Usually
were
it's
talking
like
about Joan Baez for a minute.
you stink. Hippies stink.
Yeah,
But I would
they're
wash her and comb her hair and then do horrible things that got her hair all dirty again.
I actually know Iberkel. I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
Because her song there was used in, was sampled a whole bunch of times in hip hop in the late 90s. Oh, fuck. What's the name of it? Help me out here.
I couldn't remember the song. That's why I had to think of her, have somebody else tell me her name. I know what song you're talking about.
The song, isn't it? Fuck, someone's got to know.
Somebody will say it. Oh God, we have somebody doing Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez in chat again. I just sing the song. Says you can't do an H before a T. That's not English. Edema? Is that how you said it? Atima?
What I am is the song.
What I am, yes.
Mm.
What I am is what I am. What are you, Popeye?
Oh God, yeah.
Her version of Hard Rain's Gonna Fall. I actually like that song.
I think something's on fire. Should
What?
probably go look into that. I don't know.
You
It smells like something's on fire.
You
What I-
But the window's
should
open,
look
so I'm
at
assuming it's somebody doing a backyard thing.
Oh.
Math, yes. Math.
Burning your house down. You might want to take a peek out there just in case.
Well, any smoke alarms go off, you'll know what's up.
Uh-oh, Tim Ryan didn't put his hand over his heart during the national anthem.
Traitor? Oh.
Bastard. He's a Russian agent. He works with Tulsi.
Who likes falling asleep to Rain? Ebony Williams asks. Me, in a big way.
Oh.
I do.
Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah, if I'm having real trouble sleeping, sometimes I have a noise machine on my phone.
Oh, nice.
Rain, running water, a thunderstorm is awesome to fall asleep to. The one I can't do is crickets. I fucking hate crickets. That just makes me want to punch my phone.
Really?
Yeah, they're loud
Mhm.
hopping roaches.
If I'm out in nature, like that's the only thing I like about camping is the sounds when you're trying to go to sleep. I don't like the cold. I don't like sleeping on the ground. I don't like, and don't get
Roots jabbing you in the back.
Yeah, like you can take a air mattress. Like I don't like dying from trying to blow those up. Atima, that's how it's pronounced. Okay, thank you so much. You know me, I'm gonna fuck it all up anyway. I apologize in advance.
If I was doing one of those white noise machines, I know I would fuck with someone in like 2 hours and be like, hey, just every so often, and eventually they're gonna wake up like, the fuck?
No, just every so often go bam.
That's
Just once, real quick.
That's fucking mean.
Yo.
Crickets are assholes. Glad that so many things kill them. I just wish it was easier to
Assholes.
find them when they get in your house.
Yeah. That's what's the nice thing about having a cat. That motherfucker will track that thing all day like it's his fucking job.
Prospero says not Team Tem. Okay, but you had a giant E there, so I was thinking capital E. E.
What are you people?
That's not my fault.
Jesus.
You need to use the little E there. Tem. I get it. Atema. Thank you. See,
Do you
I
have
told
an
you I was
Android
gonna...
monkey?
What's that?
Do you have an Android monkey?
Yeah, I have a Pixel.
Yeah. You should grab an app. It's a free app called Relax Rain. You'd dig it.
Relax Rain. I gotta write it down.
It's got so many different types of rain. That's what's cool about it. It's like if you're in a car, like there's one like rain in a car. So, you know, the sound that you would expect. And then rain in a campfire, rain with a thunderstorm, fast rain, slow rain, rain on pavement. It's fucking cool.
One that's called Pee Your Bed.
Wow.
Because that's what it sounds like it's going to happen. Like, well, Roy, relaxed. And it's raining and water running. And, well, you do sheets.
It's Emma with the T in front. Okay, that makes it easier. Tem. Tem is a nickname. I will do my best to remember that, but I never will. I will do my blame it on the rain. Got some. Who did that? Who fucking just did that to me? Miss T, go sit in the corner. James Colley, thank you so much. Jack, incoming.
Woohoo! Thank you, James Colley. Yes, Winona Ryder is doable, but take her to a hotel so she could be a klepto. Good point.
Right.
Also, Sophie B. Hawkins was much hotter. She was pretty hot.
Oh,
Disagree with me? Fight me in Knoxville. I would never fight you, James, because you'd probably beat the shit out of me.
Is it Sophie B. Hawkins that "Damn, I Wish I Was Your Lover" song?
Yep.
Yeah, fuck her.
I have to look her up because I don't remember what she looks like.
She was pretty bangable at the time, but I don't know. I don't think I disagreed that she was bangable because, as I recall, she was a pretty slender lady.
Yeah, she's definitely got your body type, but
Yeah.
her face is like longer than her legs.
I'm not gonna look at her face when I'm railing her from behind. I mean,
I know what you meant.
Railing her.
yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, driving like a spike into a rail. I don't know why you need this described to you.
But I don't. That's the thing.
Okay. The ladies call me John Henry. What can I say?
What?
Just in there laying some track.
Oh my God.
John Henry was a steel driving man monkey, really?
I got you. I wasn't paying attention.
That's what happens. You let me ramble, and then this sort of shit happens.
Monkey, did you see fucking Jack's pitch tonight?
No, I left your show because I knew that part of what I was going to do was not going to be pleasant at all, and I wanted to get that out of the way before anybody joined me. So I missed the last part of your show.
This is what he pitched. You believe that?
You're shitting me.
No.
Yeah, he's fucking with you.
No, I'm
you
not.
Bastard.
You go back. You look at the show. You see if that's not the cover that comes
up. Okay, I don't know why Polly hates friendship and children.
Right?
Ebony, nobody wants to hear me do ASMR. Nobody on earth.
Who doing ASMR? Where's that at?
Me.
Ebony, you can do it. She says she wants to.
I don't know. I think that'd just be kind of disturbing. Like,
bronies deserve the cross. I just want to throw this out there. I have nothing against bronies because Pat is one and he could beat the fuck out of me.
Yeah, I leave bronies alone. They leave me alone. We like it that way. I don't want to martyr any bronies and have them form a weird religion around it. That could end up really bad.
You remember that? Remember Jewel, the singer?
Oh, yeah.
Jewel?
Yeah.
That dirty hippie bitch.
Yeah, that bitch went crazy.
Well, I'd bang her.
Dirty hippie.
Yeah, she was
doing like the acoustic thing. I don't know if she was a hippie.
Bitch lived in a van.
Jewel?
Yes.
Yeah.
Like after her career failed, or
no?
At the beginning of her career, she was living in a van and she was like yodeling and shit. It was weird. Like her first song, like "Who Will Save Your Soul." She yodels in that.
Really?
She was like a classically trained yodeler or something weird like that. She's got a really weird background. Read some interviews with her. If you get a chance, read her poetry book.
Maybe I'm thinking of the wrong person.
No, you're probably thinking of the right person. Blonde, very pretty.
She was a buckle bunny.
A what?
A rodeo girl. She married some rodeo guy. They call them buckle bunnies.
Oh, I get you.
Because of the buckle. Yeah. James Colley says, really, Pat is a brony? Yeah. He has daughters and they love the show and he just ended up watching it with them. So
yeah, I don't think that really makes him a brony.
He'll stand up for one.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I have no issue with the bronies because they scare me. But it's not my thing. I prefer not to deal with people that are like, you know, it's a polite way of saying freaks.
I want to bring up, okay.
She's from Homer, Alaska. That's nice.
No!
So you're thinking
Jewel sexually
she did.
Jewel was sexually harassed when she was 8.
I think they just call that molestation.
Yeah. So what they usually
I mean, how do you sexually harass an 8-year-old? That's just molestation. Yeah,
you're just being a pervo. Like, what, you got a creepy uncle? I don't know.
Jack, apparently she divorced her husband.
Oh.
So maybe she saw a shinier buckle.
Maybe. Is she on the rebound?
I want to see some of this poetry.
When was this at? This was in 2014. So I don't know. Damn it! Now I'm looking up information on Jewel.
I know, right? Read her poetry
God
book.
damn it! Who?
This is I think this is Polly's fault. He brought her up.
It is Polly. Damn it.
On the Streamlabs. Thank you, Evolved Potato. I don't know why you guys keep talking about old women. Like Winona Ryder is like more than 2.5 times my age.
Hey.
She's our age. That's why.
Yeah, because if I talk about younger women, it's disgusting.
Well, according to some societal standards.
Depends on who you're talking about. Like, you're talking about a 16-year-old. Yeah, it's disgusting. Like, I mean.
Well, if Winona Ryder's 2.5 times their age, then that sounds like they're too young for me to be commenting on women their age. Because isn't Winona like my age? How old is Winona Ryder?
She's like 47, 48.
Yeah, I'm curious. This period I've identified as Winona Ryder's peak hotness. I want to know how old she was then.
Yeah, she's 47.
Yeah, I was thinking she was my age, but she's a little older than me.
Yeah, she's a couple of years older than me, so.
Yeah,
she was so cute back then. Damn.
Yeah. I mean, she's got the Downsy eggs now, but that doesn't mean you can't.
That's all right. I ain't looking to make babies with her.
No, you're just having a nostalgia fuck.
I'm looking to practice making babies with her.
Yeah.
This is how you do it. She's more like folk and bluegrass, in my opinion. Her best work are her and her guitar and a mic. Oh, talking about old Jewel.
Yeah. Yeah, I like her older stuff better, but some of her newer stuff's not too bad. She did an album of like kids songs because she had kids around that time, like 2 or 3 kids, I think. And she did a whole album with like like a lullaby and like little kid songs. I thought that was kind of sweet because then she doesn't have to keep singing for her kids. She could just put the disc in and wander off, and they'll sit there and be babysat. That's a beautiful thing.
That's smart, is what that is.
Yeah. She was 25 to 28 at peak hotness.
James Colley, thank you so much. Talking about 18-year-old doesn't make us maps. Still creepy as fuck, though. As long as you like, that's why some of the pictures that come up on Monkey in the Morning's hashtag, I'm like, I don't think I'm allowed to be looking at that right now.
Yeah,
sorry. I said they're not uncovered, but it's like that's a little too young looking.
My standard rule is that you wait till they're not on the Disney Channel anymore.
Yeah,
and then they're okay.
You got to make sure that they're legal. That's what we need.
Yeah, because they're usually 19 when they get kicked off the channel because now they're all old and wrinkly. So Papa Disney doesn't want you anymore when you're a used up, washed out old lady. So
at 19.
Yeah, well, this is Disney we're talking about. So you've seen the Disney Channel, everybody looks 12.
No, I don't watch the Disney Channel.
You should. It's
I horrible. Should. I'll be right back.
Oh shit. Okay. This just came out. Senator Harris slammed by Tulsi Gabbard after debate. Ooh. There's a video along with it where she says Senator Harris said she was proud of her debate or of her record, as a prosecutor. And I'm shocked that she would be proud of the things I mentioned during that debate.
Yeah, no shit.
Go get him, Tulsi. Tulsi going to single-handedly take that bitch down.
Well, that'd be hilarious.
The Democrats are going to hate you. Oh, damn. I thought this was some not dirty picture, but the pictures for us.
Mm-hmm.
But it's actually a story. Cambridge University student 19 forced plane door open and jumped to her death after overpowering fellow passenger on Madagascar flight.
That's fucked up.
The fuck? What was she on?
I don't know.
That's a waste too, because she was kind of cute.
A lot of these kids are all fucked up because of the stuff they teach them now. It wouldn't surprise me if she was like some disillusioned social justice warrior.
Who was it that was? Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh, I just think we're gonna see more of that.
One of the candidates was bitching, it might have been Bernie, I can't remember, but about how, we are, was it Yang? Anyway, it doesn't matter. How prosperous we are. And everything's doing it. But, we have the high, our suicide rates are up and all this other bad stuff. People are depressed more. And like, we have to have less money for that or some stupid shit like that. If you really want to give them some adversity, who was it that came up with the lion idea? Is that you, Jack?
Yeah, my cloning of the saber-tooth tigers. Yeah.
Yes. The saber-tooth. I'm with you on that now. We need to bring back saber-tooth tigers.
Oh, yeah. It'll get people to do some cardio. It'll clean up the homeless problem. And these kids won't bitch about stupid shit anymore because they'll be busy trying to evade the saber-tooth tigers. It's a foolproof plan.
It's awesome. Like, everything's great. It makes sense. Holy shit. You like guns, right, guys?
Yeah.
What do you think of that gun?
I think it's got nice tits.
I like that the tits have Mickey Mouse on them.
Yes, holding a gun.
The gun. Oh my God, that is art, is what that is.
I don't think she would actually fire that because it would probably knock her on her ass.
Probably would, but
she's a pretty small looking chick. But hey,
she looks
whatever.
cute holding it.
Yeah, I would do sexy bad things to her.
Man, the ass crack team is on it. Holy moly! Again, you guys are awesome, man.
So I'm watching this documentary about the BTK killer.
Yeah.
We just went in a different direction.
Yep.
Well,
took a left turn into serial killers. Yep.
No, but
here's the hot chick with a gun. You know what I like? One of my favorite serial murderers.
Before we move on to serial murder, can I just appreciate this for a moment?
Is that Jewel?
No, that's not Jewel.
Oh,
that's some chick with a wedgie.
This is a wonderful position to greet your man in when he comes home from a hard day work.
Yeah. If there was a sandwich sitting on the small of her back, that would be a pretty perfect scene.
Perfect. And no panties. You don't need those. Anyhow, you were
talking
about serial killers.
Like,
yes.
Does that do better than the picture of Jessica Alba in the bra and panties with a tin full of fresh cookies at the oven? I don't know. I don't think so.
Like that one as well. I'm just trying to help people out, give them different ideas there, so they can have some variety. Variety is the spice of life.
Maybe make that Asian with a sandwich on her small of the back, and I would say it's damn near perfect.
So your average serial killer, right? They're chopping people up, they're killing hookers, the standard fare, right? I don't mean to minimize how horrid it was what they did, but you see patterns, right? You got John Wayne Gacy. He's a teenage boy, so he's killing him, put him in the crawl space, right? And
like you do, yeah,
right,
like you do.
And a lot of the times, it's an old story. You'll get them taunting the police, like, ha ha ha, I'm the one who did it, like, that sort of thing. The back and forth with the cops and all of that becomes part of the thrill for them. It's always mixed up with sex and shit like this. But I watch this one on the BTK killer, and I'm like, okay, that's fresh. I'll give you that. It's morbid, it's awful, but I'll give you credit. I don't think I've ever heard of anyone else trying something that petty as a serial killer. This guy would stalk women, right? And that was part of the thrill for him, was like watching him, like making his plans of how he's going to do it and when he's going to do it and so forth, right? He eventually, anyway, ends up becoming a city ordinance compliance officer.
Mm-hmm.
So he's got a badge and a gun, and he's certified and all this jazz. But what he's doing in this job is the small city ordinances of enforcement of your grass has grown too long, so he'll hit you up with a $25 fine. Those guys, do you know what I'm talking about? Your
enforcement.
Yeah, your dog got off the leash, jazz like that, It's get this abandoned car off the street, for God's sake, that sort of thing. But he starts stalking women using this position. And he didn't like when his victims, like women that he identified that he's going to kill, having boyfriends or men around. So he starts with, well, I think a large part of your problem is that you got to get rid of your boyfriend. And I'm like, this one woman confronts him one day, and it's like, when are you going to stop? You harass me about the paint on my fence. You harass me about my dog. You harass me about my car. What is it going to take for you to stop? And he's like, well, I told you, it's that boyfriend of yours. I think that's where all your troubles started.
Oh, dear God.
What? Okay, before we get into the thing that he actually did that blew my mind was, how did a guy, because this is a smart guy, like I don't mean like brilliant, but he's not stupid is what I'm saying. How did he think that was actually going to play out for him? Ladies who are listening in chat, I ask you to consider a bylaw enforcement officer, a city ordinance enforcement officer, or whatever you're going to call your local city laws. Not even laws. What are they? Like
codes.
Code enforcement officer. Yeah. He's fucking with you over real small things, paint, broken window, whatever. He might even break the window and then say, what's up with your broken window? Here's a $20 fine. That's the most he can do, is hit you with super minor fines. And then he says, you got to get rid of your boyfriend. Are you going to get rid of your boyfriend because this fucking balding 45-year-old man with a pedo mustache hitting you up with $20 fines told you to get rid of him, or he'll keep coming back and fining you? How did he figure that was going to work?
I feel like at that point you probably should call somebody at the city.
You'd think, but I mean, he was, because he was a smart guy, he was so meticulous. In this documentary, they talked to a lawyer where one of the women he was fucking with in this way did go get a lawyer, and okay, this is, stop it sort of thing. And we're going to hold a suit against the city and against this guy individually, particularly. And he goes, what blew my mind about this guy is he showed up during the discovery phase with a stack of documents that I haven't seen in criminal proceedings where there's like a homicide involved. Because it was amazing the amount of documentation that this guy had to back up his position, that alone made it creepy. Like, what the hell kind of compliance officer has a 2-inch thick jacket of material for one person they've been fining?
That's called a dossier, and that's what you do when you're stalking someone.
And right, and like, because he was able to go into his stalking materials, right, and just pull this all together and demonstrate.
No,
I am not harassing someone. This bitch is actually crazy out of line for violating the city codes.
No, you don't call it a stalking folder. It's a romance dossier.
Mm-hmm.
And it's how you select a mate. Probably one that's going to go in a shallow grave somewhere. But no, the guy is just incredibly organized, and that's usually a bad sign, because people like that tend to be kind of psychos.
Well, Manic makes a great point. That's when you want your boyfriend around more. Yeah, exactly. Good point. It would be like, and like, if my girlfriend told me that, like, hey, there's this weirdo. I'm like, wait, what does this guy look like? And you find out, like, wait a minute, this isn't a police officer. No, it's a city code compliance guy. It's like, what?
I'd be like, you're moving this weekend because that guy's a serial killer.
Either you're moving or what's the time he's most likely to come around? When does he most often come around? Because I want to fucking be here for this. Like, I want to push him to do something stupid with like a lawyer hanging around. So it's, yeah, he's the one who did something stupid. You know what I mean? Like how is any kind of red-blooded male are you going to listen to your girlfriend tell this story and just like, wait a minute, how many fines has he given you? For what? He comes around every day? Hold on. Like, anyway, what he ended up doing at the end of, like, okay, that's next level. He claimed her dog had gotten out. And what he did was just snatch up her dog and throw it in the back of his car, drive it to the fucking pound or whatever the fuck, and ordered it to be put down. When she shows up to get her dog back, they're like, no, we put that dog to sleep. We had a specific order from the compliance officer that this is like the 20th time it's escaped. And according to the rules, we get to put the dog down now. So we had to. Can you imagine going to pick up your dog and it's fucking dead?
No, that would cause some serious problems. Thank you, James Colley, who says stalker equals secret admirer with fetish. Yeah. And
one person's
rope.
One person's stalker is another person's long distance relationship. And my lawyer may disagree with that, but here we are. We're at an impasse.
I had to give it to the guy when it was. I'm sitting back and I've got one of those plastic Revolutionary War mini soldiers in my hand, and I'm working like with one of my mini files on it, so I'm like looking real close, just sort of listening in the background while this documentary's on. It's like, And she, the lady, is talking. Said, I went down to the pound to pick up my dog, and they had ordered him to be put down. And I was like, wait, well, what?
That's fucked up.
Yeah, I was like, man, that guy is on some next level shit. Like, you think he'd be concerned about attracting this much attention to himself?
Yeah, by that point, he'd gotten away with it for like 30 years. I mean, he was a really long-term serial killer.
He was. You're right. And he wasn't one of those guys that need to go out every weekend and kill. And he didn't, what's his name? Joel Rifkin, who needed to get stone drunk to be able to kill. No, this guy did it clean and sober, right? So you're right. He was able to let months and months and months go between his killings. And so, yeah, it took forever to track this fucking guy. I turned it off for the end. I don't even know how they busted him. I have to go watch the end of it still.
God, I can't remember. I remember when he got busted, but I don't remember how they caught him. I do remember some of the stuff about him abusing that position, but I didn't realize he'd done all that. Because the dog thing reminded me.
Is that right?
Yeah. That dude was a fuckhead. I mean, all serial killers are, but yeah.
He was arrested while driving home on February 25th.
No, spoilers. Spoilers.
Okay.
He hasn't seen it yet.
I don't.
Well, now you know, Polly, he was arrested.
While driving home. Well, yeah, but
driving home.
Maybe he had a body in the car, or maybe not. I don't know. Don't spoil it for me.
Maybe he had a toupee on.
Well, I mean, people talk about like the guy with the creepy mustache. People always love to point at the weirdo with the mustache. No, he fulfills that stereotype perfectly to me. Yeah.
Yeah, he's
don't wear a pedo stash. Look, some of you motherfuckers should not wear mustaches. I'm just saying.
Kyler said that DNA evidence. I can see that, considering that he left some form of intimate apparel in every woman's apartment jerked off on.
Yeah. His crime spanned from 1974 to 1991.
Yeah, but in order to get caught with it because of your DNA, they have to have a sample to compare it to.
Indeed. So, like, did he make it? You know, that national criminal database scares me. Like, that's some Orwellian shit. It's great when you hear the one person got busted, like, by it. Yeah. But then it's like, wait a minute. Like,
the genetic testing thing is what scares me, where they're going around going to like Amazon, or not Amazon, Ancestry and some of the other places that do like genetic
the testing.
Yeah, and so you submit your DNA, and that somebody could come by later and be like, well, you're related to somebody that murdered somebody, so maybe we'll just pin it on you because it's a close enough match. Because they could do that. They don't have to have 100% match. They just have to have like 23% to file charges.
Oof.
So yeah, the standard's pretty fucking low. So one of your cousins could have done something, and they come knocking on your door. I find that kind of weird and creepy.
I find it amazing that in Florida, and possibly other states as well, but I only know about Florida, that they have, what do you want to call it? Like, like check stops for drinking.
Yeah.
They're just check stops, and they're taking cheek swabs.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know how that's legal.
That's what I'm saying. Like, how the fuck were you able to do that legally?
Yeah, well, if you're arrested in like 8 or 9 states, they can take your DNA regardless if you're convicted or not.
Yeah, but they're supposed to get rid of it if you're not convicted.
Yeah, they're supposed to, but they're not, because all they have to do is file that profile in the computer.
There was a big case about that. Was it California? I can't remember. Just recently, where they they weren't getting rid of it like they're supposed to.
Yeah,
and they got in trouble for it. Not that that's going to stop them, of course. I just stopped them from what they were doing there. And we'll redo it.
Yeah. Yeah, if somebody asked you to volunteer a DNA sample, I wouldn't do it. But, if they're going to compel you, they'll just strap you down to a chair and take a blood sample or some hair. That's all they have to do. They don't, because you can hold your mouth shut for the most part, but they just have to get to your inner cheek, some of your saliva, hair, blood, whatever. Semen, if you're lucky, I guess.
Hey guys, I'm gonna have to end it there. I'm falling out. I've had a rough day, and it's catching up with me. I almost fell asleep during your stream, and then something you guys said pepped me back up.
Something about Marty McFly.
I think that was it because I was just getting ready to leave when I'd even told you guys goodbye.
Yeah.
And then you guys start, and it made me laugh, and I pepped back up, but I need the sleep. So, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know when they're turning this off. I expect this to be the last one where I can have guests for at least a little while. We'll see what happens. But thanks so much for joining us. Thank you so much for the donations. I really do appreciate that. Polly, anything you'd like to show?
Just my channel. Where hold on, I'm trying to get a link here. Where Jack Inquisitor and myself do. Well, I was about to paste in the side chat. That wouldn't be very helpful, would it? Where Jack Inquisitor and myself do comic book curation every Wednesday, sometime after 10 p.m. And we just did one a few hours ago. So you can go over there to my channel and check it out, man. God, what a depressing stream that was at certain points, man. So much bad news this week. But yeah, anyway, go over there and
hey, what's depressing about female villains having daycare now?
Oh yeah, right. And 401ks.
And probably some good dental too.
Yeah, maternity care and everything, trying to break through that. What did they call it? Glass ceiling of the criminal underworld?
Yeah,
what the fuck? Yeah. And somehow Wilson Fisk, the kingpin of crime, is like a feminist hero because he doesn't believe there's enough women criminals. What? Like, you guys are just out of fucking tokens to make, aren't you?
Seem to be.
Anyway. Yeah, that was a wild story. I'm surprised I didn't catch that on CBR earlier. But I mean, yeah, let's remake the Sinister Six. Is like Beetle is now female Beetle, and Electro is now female Electro, and it's fuck you guys, this is awful.
Hey, you should be happy they weren't called the Free Bleeding Five.
No shit.
So yeah, comic book curation over on my channel. Check it out.
I read that story. I'm like, I should send this to him. And then when I got to that part where they gave the benefits for the super criminal group, I'm like, oh, I gotta send this one.
Jack, notice the thing where they don't get it. They don't fight amongst themselves.
Not at all. No, women never fight amongst themselves. Only men do that.
They got along perfectly as a well-oiled criminal machine, in the words of the author. It's like, fucking hell.
Jack, is there anything you'd like to show?
No, I would like to thank everyone for the donations, including you, Monkey, because I like money. Indeed. And I think Monkey needs to show his Patreon, because you're going to need that money more. Now the streaming's going away. Hangouts, whatever.
I should. Well, it'll still have the this here, so the chat will still be there and everything. Just you guys won't be.
Yeah, I know, but you should I'm just trying to get you to show your damn Patreon,
guys. There's a Patreon and a merchandise store down below.
There you go.
I think it was Becca. Sent me a picture. She got the Just Let It Happen shirt.
Nice.
And she said she was wearing it around town, and 3 people knew who I was. And said only one of them was an ass.
I was at the Goodwill the other day wearing my Pocket Fetus shirt.
Oh yeah.
And some mentally retarded guy came up and said, "I really like your shirt." And I was like, "Yeah, thanks, dude."
Down's the egg.
Yeah.
They recognize each other. No, that's not right. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight we will be on Satsu's channel. Yeah, so sorry. So tired. Satsu's channel, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, Lords of the Night. Thursday, right?
Sure.
No game stream tonight, so, well, not me and him. I may do one later when I wake up. We'll see how I'm feeling. But everybody, thanks for coming and hanging out. Polly, Jack, if this is the last time we can talk for a while, thank you guys so much for joining me so often. I've really enjoyed it.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
Make sure you check out their channels, guys. Seriously. Jack, I just watched your Barbarella. I didn't realize Barbarella was a comic book.
Yeah, Frenchies, man.
And I was like, oh god, and it the way you described it was what I expected when I heard it existed. But make sure you're checking out their channel, guys. Tons of links down below. Make sure you look. Have a wonderful Thursday. We'll see you next time.
Have a good night, everyone. Read more My Little Pony.